The PlayStation 5 has no shortage of ambitious projects on the horizon, with several upcoming games showcasing stunning visuals, detailed worlds, and impressive technical achievements. Here, we're highlighting the new PS5 games that look almost too good to be real. Let's get into it. State of Decay 3 is a zombie survival game where players manage a community of survivors while establishing and expanding settlements in a landscape affected by the Blood Plague. Players will scavenge for resources, reclaim territory, fight evolving zombie threats, and strengthen defenses to keep their community alive. The game includes recruiting new survivors, maintaining morale, crafting equipment and explosives, and dealing with permadeath, where losing community members can have lasting consequences.
Friends and I used to argue about what ended the world. A weapon, a virus, something worse. Started in quiet towns, empty roads, places the world forgot. Survivors found each other, built walls, pushed back against the night. We'll always have each other's back. Because the world has become more dangerous than ever. The dead aren't just wandering anymore. They hunt. In the end, it doesn't matter what you believe. What matters is that when the dead come through the dark, so do we.
I could get used to this. Feels like we're miles away from the case.
Wait! The army.
Resonance: A Plague Tale Legacy is an action-adventure game that puts players in the role of Sophia, a young plunderer searching for answers about her past on the Minotaur's Island. Players will engage in melee combat using parries, strikes, agility, and evasive tactics while dealing with hostile enemies and a pursuing army. The game also includes puzzle solving with a Minoan sphere that manipulates light, navigation through dangerous environments, and encounters with a mysterious creature hidden within the island.
Thieves hear you, friend. This has got the sphere. If we catch it, we'll get a better share of the loot.
Archer, pyrite.
Sort out!
Careful! You'll cut yourselves.
I'll make you slow.
Are you hurt?
No.
Let's move before more come.
The Wave Bird.
What?
Still thinking of a name for our future boat.
Is now the right time?
It's never the right time. Strange, seeing everything the gang left behind.
They really thought they'd be back soon. Come at me!
Did you really think you could sneak in like that?
Doesn't look like we tried to.
Shut this one up, Soph!
I'll make sure you scream.
What happened here? God, I didn't realize how big it was. I should write these down. What now? I can use this to find our way through. These were made of glass in the fresco room, right?
Must have been put here on purpose.
Did they have to make everything so damn complicated?
Holy hell! Did they not have any sense of scale?
Clearly not.
Theseus.
Where the hell am I? Oh, God. I need to breathe. Just a bit further.
Senua places players in the role of a Celtic warrior trapped in a vision of purgatory while seeking to reunite with those she has lost. Players will battle creatures inspired by myth and fear through tactical combat that includes weapon mastery, dual wielding, and powerful abilities. The game also features interconnected environments, perception-based puzzles, and encounters with gods, spirits, and other mythical beings, while uncovering truths connected to memory, pain, and the forces standing in her path.
Cannot be broken.
Fable is an open-world action RPG set in Albion, where players create their own hero and build a reputation through the decisions they make. Combat combines melee weapons, ranged attacks, and magic while facing bandits, beasts, trolls, hobs, and balverines. Players can customize their character, acquire property, work professions such as blacksmithing, form relationships, raise a family, and interact with villagers whose reactions change based on the hero's actions and standing throughout the world. Valor Mortis is a first-person Souls-like action game where players take control of William, a fallen soldier returned to life with plague-driven supernatural abilities. Combat revolves around parries, dashes, weapon mastery, and finishing attacks, while using special powers to strengthen offensive options and unlock new abilities. Players will battle plague-infected enemies across an alternate 19th century Europe, use enhanced mobility to avoid threats, uncover hidden environmental secrets, and investigate the events behind a spreading plague and their resurrection.
Terrible and divine. To destroy your enemies, break their will. Would you have the strength, the resolve to wield it? If destiny was there, within reach, could you sacrifice everything? For your country. For your empire. For your emperor.
Our flock has been led astray by your acts of defiance. Argent.
Doom the Dark Ages Revelations expands the main campaign with a new chapter that places the Slayer inside a purgatory-like mental prison while searching for a way to escape. Players will battle new and returning demonic enemies using the Chain Spear, a weapon that supports parries, counterattacks, ground-pound strikes, and rapid movement during combat. The expansion also adds environmental puzzles, areas that reward careful investigation, and encounters built around the Slayer's struggle against the forces controlling his mind.
This place is your pain given shape. It holds many secrets. Only a cleansed soul may leave. I am not your enemy. I am your way out.
Slayer gone, have you not found peace? The demons, they have retreated. Their war is with him.
Slayer is alive, and we're going to find him. They call him
Metro 2039 is a first-person shooter set beneath the ruins of post-apocalyptic Moscow, where conflict within the Metro has intensified under the rule of Hunter's Nova Reich regime. Players will travel through underground tunnels and devastated surface locations while taking part in a single-player story centered on survival and resistance. The game combines gunplay, stealth, resource management, and environmental navigation as players confront hostile forces and dangers hidden throughout the Metro and the shattered city beyond.
Protect the Metro from you. You promised a brighter future for our people. Now, the Nova Reich spreads tyranny in your name. You swore to crush the enemy, to face them head on, and guide the Metro to the light. But darkness consumes you. Spreads like a plague. Eats you from within. Every step and every move drowns you deeper in lies. Your lies, and now, Hunter, that legendary Spartan is gone. Turn to ash. I won't stop until the Führer burns with him.
Halo Campaign Evolved revisits the original Halo campaign with rebuilt visuals, updated cinematics, refined controls, and additional content that expands the story. Players will use an expanded arsenal of weapons, drive and hijack vehicles, and battle Covenant forces across the Halo ring world as Master Chief. The game supports solo play and online co-op, while introducing 3 new missions, new enemy encounters, and optional skull modifiers that alter combat conditions through randomized weapons, enemies, and environmental changes.
So we made a bet and trusted everything we had left to one soldier. Those of us who managed to escape found something. It wasn't refuge. It was something ancient, beautiful, and dangerous. The Covenant followed us here. If they claim this place, humanity doesn't survive.
That's not going to happen.
are more than your armor. More than your mission. And more than they can handle. They believe they can break us. They believe the fight ends here. They're wrong.
The Sinking City 2 is a third-person survival horror game set in a flooded version of 1920s Arkham, where players search for a missing loved one while confronting supernatural threats. Survival depends on managing limited resources, solving puzzles, and navigating interconnected locations that reward careful route planning and backtracking. Players can investigate optional cases to uncover clues, gain supplies, and unlock upgrades. Combat includes facing animated corpses, deep ones, and other eldritch creatures, with some encounters requiring retreat and preparation rather than direct confrontation. Dark Mass is a first-person psychological horror game that takes place entirely underwater, as players control Alice, a deep-sea explorer investigating a mysterious sunken manor. Gameplay revolves around searching the submerged structure, uncovering its history, and solving puzzles inspired by historical torture rituals. Players must avoid a hostile entity that roams the manor while communicating with Alice's brother through a walkie-talkie system. The game also includes moral choices that influence how the story progresses and ultimately concludes. Control Resonant is an action RPG that puts players in the role of Dylan Faden as he battles paranatural threats across a distorted Manhattan affected by a reality-altering cosmic force. Combat combines supernatural abilities, environmental interactions, elemental powers, and a shape-shifting melee weapon called the Aberrant that can transform into different forms during battle. Players will develop Dylan's powers through a progression system, make choices that influence ability growth, and investigate the spread of threats such as the hiss and the mold throughout the city.
You never had a chance.
2 days before the lockdown fell, an uncategorized resonance appeared in Manhattan. As things stand right now, Dylan, you're our only shot at survival.
You are not FBC. You're not even fucking human.
The FBC locked me in that cell for years and forgot about me. The hiss, it was a way out.
People can change. The past doesn't matter.
Simple job.
Dude, shut up!
For men with nerve.
Cordura is a cooperative psychological horror game where up to 4 players enter procedurally generated Victorian labyrinths to collect roses of the night and escape before losing their sanity. One player can monitor threats from a control desk, while others navigate the shifting environment and communicate through proximity voice chat. A central mechanic allows the darkness to imitate teammates' voices and appearances, creating uncertainty during encounters. The game also features sanity management, dynamic difficulty scaling, permadeath, and customizable characters.
Is it you? There are roses. Are you alright? Joe? I'm here with Harry.
Oh, crap. To hunt you down.
Hello? Hello, Joe? Joe!
For you see, I won't let you go. Your presence here is the most...
Remothered Red Nun's Legacy is a third-person survival horror game where players control Susan as she investigates clues connected to her missing daughter and the mystery of the Red Nun. Gameplay combines stealth, puzzle solving, item collection, and environmental investigation while avoiding dangerous stalkers that can kill if mistakes are made. Players can use abilities such as retrocognition, mirror manipulation, and moth control to uncover memories, reveal hidden routes, and alter surroundings. Progress depends on gathering clues, solving puzzles, and surviving encounters throughout interconnected locations.
I will not die, rotting in hatred.
Please. We break the pact. Now we are paying the price.
Armatus puts players in the role of the last supernatural warrior of an ancient order, fighting through demon-controlled ruins in search of the Sunless Gate. Combat combines firearms, melee attacks with a scythe, and celestial powers that can be expanded through upgrades and passive enhancements earned during runs. Each attempt allows players to experiment with different weapon and ability combinations while battling increasingly powerful demons. Death sends players back to begin another run, carrying knowledge gained from previous encounters. Mistfall Hunter is a third-person extraction ARPG, where players enter dangerous zones to gather resources, defeat enemies, and escape with their loot before losing it to death. Combat features PvPvE encounters against both monsters and rival players, using weapon-based combos, free aim targeting, tactical items, and active skills. Players can choose from 6 classes, switch between 2 weapon stances during battle, and customize their builds through talent trees, gem affixes, and equipment. The game supports solo play or 3-player cooperative hunts.
But how could we rest in death's silence when evil calls so loudly? Whatever horrors we face, whatever price we must pay, we must make our stand. This withered blade defied corrosion. I will be the light that pierces the endless night.
Alkahest places players in the role of the youngest son of a minor lord who becomes involved in investigating unusual goblin raids near the borders of Katanor. The game features first-person melee combat built around environmental interactions, allowing players to use terrain, objects, alchemical tools, and various equipment during encounters. Alchemy serves as a major gameplay system, letting players create substances with different effects and applications. Players will travel through castles, forests, and villages while making decisions and uncovering secrets across interconnected locations.
So, funny story. There was...
Arizona Sunshine is a zombie shooter that places players in the Arizona desert as they search for other survivors while fighting through large numbers of undead enemies. The game features a story campaign built around moving through different locations, collecting equipment, and defending against zombie attacks that are triggered by key objectives. Players can carry multiple firearms, manage their inventory, and use the environment during combat. In addition to the campaign, a horde mode challenges players to survive increasingly difficult waves of zombies alone or with others.
Out loud! Down here, goddammit! Was that too much to ask?
We can solve this problem once and
We're trying to make a vaccine! Hey there, you wanna come?
He did find some friends.
Yeah, buddy! And then this guy showed up. Great aim, questionable fashion sense. Fuck you, friend! Bada bing, bada bam, bada boom! Hurry, hurry, hurry! Damn, we're good! You getting all this, buddy? The guy in the story? That's me. Whoa! Hold on! Oh, the cavalry is here!
Let the slaughter begin!
Serious Sam's Shatterverse is a roguelite first-person shooter that sends players across fractured universes to battle Mental's forces and defeat powerful lieutenants. Playable solo or with up to 5 players in co-op, the game revolves around arena-based combat, using a large arsenal of weapons against waves of enemies. Each run introduces boons, modifiers, anomalies, and hidden opportunities that can alter gameplay and build strategies. Death leads to another attempt, with new upgrades and options becoming available across future runs.
Cannon time, baby! Let's fucking go!
Admirers of the mysteries of magic. Take your seats before the lights go down and the curtain rises.
Magicians: The Devil's Deal is a narrative-driven first-person shooter where players control Jacob Menturo, a stage magician trapped in a hellish realm known as Theaterland. Combat revolves around supernatural magic tricks that function as weapons and abilities, including projectile cards, binding chains, and powers that manipulate gravity. Players will confront powerful masters, acquire their abilities, and adapt their combat approach to different enemies and encounters. The game also involves navigating distinct realms shaped by illusion, deception, and the influence of the rulers who control them.
Stage magician extraordinaire. So brilliant were his tricks, it cast 5 long shadows behind him. They called themselves masters, fellow magicians, powerful but insatiable. Through a deal with the devil, the masters sought yet more power. Their deal demanded a sacrifice, and in the darkness, they chose Jacob. Jacob was trapped in eternal torment, but the devil had other plans. He pulled Jacob from his infernal nightmare and offered a new deal. Face their legions, their tricks, every abomination they command. Take what should have been his. Escape if he can. That's your cue. Run. A deal's a deal, Jacob. I'll see you soon.
Each case, husband and wife found. Shredded. People are dying.
The Wolf Among Us 2 returns players to Fabletown as Bigby Wolf investigates a conspiracy that threatens the stability of the city and its inhabitants. Gameplay combines crime, investigation, suspect interrogations, environmental interaction, and narrative decision-making that can influence future events and character relationships. Players will also take part in cinematic combat sequences while uncovering information tied to corruption, hidden forces, and criminal organizations. Choices made throughout the story can affect how events unfold and shape Bigby's role within Fabletown.
Ready to get to work?
105 today again if you missed it. A record for the date. Hottest ever in June. 103 now. That humidity looks low, but...
The Wolf Among Us Remastered revisits Bigby Wolf's first major case as he works to solve a string of murders connected to a hidden conspiracy in Fabletown. Gameplay revolves around examining crime scenes, questioning suspects, making dialogue choices, and deciding how to handle key situations throughout the investigation. Decisions can affect relationships, conversations, and how other characters respond to Bigby. This edition includes the complete 5-episode story alongside updated visuals, refined presentation, and additional behind-the-scenes content.
Hope I didn't keep you waiting. Welcome. I'm Eric.
Planet Zoo 2 is a zoo management simulation where players design, build, and operate animal parks across different regions while caring for a wide variety of species. The game introduces fully aquatic animals and flying birds, allowing players to create aquariums and aviaries alongside traditional habitats. Players must manage animal welfare, guest satisfaction, finances, and zoo expansion while constructing facilities with detailed building tools. The game also includes wildlife reserves, where animals can be released into customizable ecosystems as part of larger conservation projects.
With a pretty big family, so we need to make sure there's plenty of vegetation for everyone. And with the warm weather, we need to keep the fresh water flowing.
Speaking of water, we'll need an aquarium large enough to house several of our aquatic species, including our endangered hawksbill turtles, Mia and her family.
You'd be surprised how quickly these tanks get dirty. There goes one of our keepers now. We have one more stop to make. We're building a brand new kind of habitat, an aviary. It'll be the perfect home for our white-tailed sea eagles, Hamish and Freya. We've made sure there's plenty of space for them to spread their wings and to have some fun.
Conservation is Fenn's most important goal. Like in the Scottish Highlands, where we're releasing our eagles into our wildlife reserve. We've done a lot to prepare this environment for them, something you'll be sure to do more of on your journey. Together, we can create a better world for all living creatures. So,
Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered brings back the classic monster fighting game with rebuilt visuals while retaining the core gameplay of the original release. Players control giant kaiju such as Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Rodan, and Mechagodzilla in arena battles across destructible city environments. Combat revolves around melee attacks, special moves, environmental interactions, and using buildings as improvised weapons. The remaster also adds online multiplayer for competitive matches alongside local multiplayer modes while enhancing destruction effects throughout each battlefield. Spyro: A Realm Beyond sends the Purple Dragon into a strange realm where he must find a way home while confronting an invading force known as the Scavs. Gameplay places a strong focus on aerial movement, allowing players to fly across large environments, perform dives, climbs, and sharp turns, and navigate landscapes from the air. Players will travel through vibrant locations, meet new allies, and take part in encounters aimed at protecting the realm from a growing threat.
monstrous. We're just a lot smaller now.
Grounded 2 is an open-world survival adventure where players navigate a park after being reduced to the size of an insect. Survival revolves around gathering resources, crafting weapons and armor, constructing bases, and facing creatures that inhabit the environment. Players can hatch, raise, and ride insect companions called buggies, which assist with travel, combat, and resource collection. The game also features character archetypes with different abilities, large creature encounters, cooperative play, and tools for creating custom challenges through the playground system. Moss the Forgotten Relic combines the stories of Moss and Moss Book 2 into a single adventure where players guide Quill, a small mouse hero, through a kingdom filled with ruins, mysteries, and ancient magic. Gameplay centers on navigating environments, solving handcrafted environmental puzzles, uncovering hidden secrets, and overcoming obstacles across interconnected locations. Players form a direct partnership with Quill throughout the adventure while progressing through story-driven areas, confronting arcane threats, and discovering the history of the Fallen Kingdom.
Inspired by northern Sweden. Play as a small but agile mouse and explore forests, blooming meadows, and misty mires.
Hela of Mice and Magic is a 3D adventure game where players control a small mouse tasked with helping restore balance to the land after a protective witch becomes too ill to continue her work. Players will travel through forests, lakes, and mountain regions while gathering ingredients, brewing potions, and assisting characters they encounter. Gameplay includes puzzle solving, resource collection, platforming, and environmental interaction using a magical backpack called Froggy. The adventure can be played alone or cooperatively with support for local and online multiplayer.
And a deep love for the natural world. The game invites players to slow down, breathe, and reconnect with what truly matters.
Deer and Boy is a cinematic platforming adventure that follows a runaway boy and a young fawn as they travel together through a silent, story-driven world. Gameplay combines platforming, environmental navigation, and puzzle solving while the relationship between the two characters develops over time. A key mechanic involves the fawn growing into a deer, gradually gaining new abilities that change how challenges are approached and overcome. The game tells its story through visuals, animation, music, and character interactions rather than spoken dialogue.